makeup lovers, it's Izzy. Welcome back. Today's going to be all about eyebrows. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and follow me on Instagram at Glitzy by Izzy and also on Facebook, Glitzy by Izzy. Hi guys, this is my model Kat. I'm going to be doing her eyebrows today, and I'll be using Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. And I'm just going to start at her arch, at the top of her arch, and begin to color down to where the tail should actually go. And you just want to make sure that the eyebrow, it would naturally go to about here, right around the corner of her eye, and that's where I brought the tail down to. And then I'm going to begin filling in towards the top here. I'll start in the front and just make these short lines. And you can see the color going in. And I'm just making short lines where her eyebrows would naturally be. Going back to the top to bring it in. And I'm also, you'll see I'm starting to extend past where you see her hair at. And I'm going in towards her nose, just so that way this is where your eyebrow would naturally grow. Grow all the way in here to about where the nostril is. And I'm going to use the end of the other end where there's a brush at to just smooth it out. And let's make sure this is exactly what we expect to see here. And again, I'm not using a lot of pressure here. I'm just filling it in, making sure we got it natural looking. And with the short strokes, you get more of a hair look, a very natural look. And I'm drawing in the direction that her hair would grow in. And I'm just going to fill in back this way. And you'll see up here she's missing an arch, so I'm just going to bring it in just a little bit with the pencil just to fill it out. Give it a round and natural look. I don't want to go too harsh because I don't want her to look like she's frowning. And again, I'll go back with the brush. Make sure that it looks the way I expect it to. Now, because I'm happy with the way her eyebrow looks, I'm going to go in now and set the brow with powder. Also Anastasia with the Brow Pro palette. And I'm also going to take an angled brush, which is a MAC 263, and I'm going to use that to go into the powder. And I'm going to go into dark brown, the darker color, the darker shadow here. And I'm going to use that to go back and begin filling in everywhere I use the Brow Wiz pencil. Doing okay, Kat? Mm-hmm. Because this is the fuller portion of her eyes, of her eyebrow, I'm using the darker powder. However, once I get closer to the front, I'm actually going to go and switch over to the lighter powder. So that way it'll be just a little bit softer. You can find the Anastasia palettes, well, not the Pro palette, but you can find the individual powders at Ulta or Sephora. And I'm going to go back in with the brush here, just to make sure I like how it looks. And if you get a little bit extra on underneath or up above, you can fill it in with some kind of pencil. I've got a Pro pencil here. It's also by Anastasia. It's in base 2. And you can clean it up, sharpen the brows a little bit just by putting a slim line underneath. Let's see here. and just using a concealer brush or even a fluffy blending brush to fade that out. Excuse me for my reach. I'm going to go in here with the blending brush just to soften that up. Now, I'm not too concerned with the fact that it's light just because I'll be doing her makeup later, so it's quite alright. However, I would, if you're not going to be doing makeup and putting eyeshadow on, I would use something softer and closer to your natural skin color. Perhaps a concealer that you use normally to clean this up, and it'll do just as good a job. Okay, so now we've completed the first eyebrow, and if you take a look, you should be able to see a difference. Kat, if you turn just a little this way so they can see, there's the finished eyebrow, and then to the left, here's the unfinished eyebrow. And ladies and gentlemen, please remember that eyebrows are sisters. They are not twins. Your eyebrows will never look exactly alike unless you do a lot of threading or plucking or waxing to get them to look exactly the same. So please don't feel like you're not doing a good job if they tend to be a little bit different, because they just are. And I'm going to start back on the neck, on her other eyebrow, again with the Anastasia medium brown. And I'm going to go to the underside at the top of her arch and just bring it down and fill in the tail. Once I'm finished with the tail, then I'll move in and start at the front with small strokes. Slowly filling it in, and I'm making the strokes in the direction that her hair would grow. Bringing it out just a bit, just to make sure that her eyebrows are lining up again with the nostril. So you'll see me extend that line a little bit further than her actual brows grow. And now I'm just filling it in. Now I'll go in with the brush side and smooth everything out. Now that I've done a bit more coloring, brush it out again. Alright, now that I'm happy with the shape of her brow, I'm going to go back in with the powder palette, Brow Pro palette, and I'm going to use the powders for dark brown, starting with the darker shade on the tail, and then I'll switch and I'll use the lighter shade as I fill in the front of her eyebrows. And I'm using the MAC 263. Now I'm picking up just a bit of the dark brown, and I'm going to tap it here just to make sure there's no excess powder, and I'm going to start filling in the tail. Okay, I'm going to go back in with my spoolie and just smooth everything out. And for the sake of uniformity, I'll go back in with my Anastasia Base 2 pencil And I'm just going to put a nice clean line underneath their brows, and I'll blend it out. And to blend, I'll be using a MAC 217 brush. And like I said, if you're not going to be doing makeup and you're not going to be putting on eyeshadow, it's okay to use a concealer that's closer to your natural skin color, so that as you blend it out, it'll fade right into your skin. But because I'll be doing her eyeshadow, I'm okay with this lighter line because it'll fade right into the base I'm going to use. So okay, let them see your eyebrows. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Glitzy by Izzy. Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.